gotta click the button down there.
Oh.
Tell me that. Are we live?
It's going live right now.
All right, get out of the way.
Hold. Okay.
Get out of the way. Spoken like a true star.
All right, hold on. Don't go anywhere. How do I know if we're live? Oh, it says we're live.
We're live.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
You remember the words? So there you go.
Here we are.
And that's how we do that. Yeah. So, welcome everybody out in Facebook land.
Max and Bryan, cocktails coast to coast.
Cocktails coast to coast.
How's everybody?
So anyway, there we go. I'm good from there. Hold
you're
on.
Good? Okay, I'll hold. What do you want me to hold on to?
Well, I'm gonna crack a beer.
Okay. Because that's important.
I didn't come here to not have cocktails.
That was pretty much the basis of our whole career.
It really was the basis of our whole
Yeah.
career. We made a living just off drinking beers in front of people.
And getting paid for playing music we wanted to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
You know, I don't know if you've been, I think you might have seen a few of them, but I want to give a shout out to my cousin Mark, who may or may not be listening at this point. But he has been so gracious to us for debuting his album when we were at the Hilton.
Yeah.
And he's been taking requests on his piano and doing music on his Facebook page for folks. And he's really done a tremendous job. They're a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, it's Mark Burns, Burnes. It's my cousin. And I love you, cousin Marky, and you're doing a great job. And thanks for the shout out to Max and I, because as much as you appreciate it, we appreciate it doing it for you.
You know what? And it's funny because I was going through some music, and I'm gonna bring over in a minute the old how you doing of CDs that we used to carry around.
Oh my God!
And in there is my Mark Burns Bop-a-Lot Boogie CD. It's in the thingamabob right over here.
I got mine too.
And I really had a great time with him when he would come out and
Marky's a good guy.
Let us mess around with
He's
him.
a good guy. And a hell of a musician.
Anyway. Yes.
Okay, so let's start with
cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Scrotum. Let's take a trip down memory lane real quick with Max and I.
Well, let's just real quick for those of you who never were privy to the Max and Bryan show. You never got to come out to a high class place like the Texas Lucy's or
the Hilton was a high class.
The Hilton, well, and then there was the On the Rocks in Mission Viejo.
Oh boy,
that was a shithole.
That was.
But oh hey, listen, just so everybody knows, this may not be an adult, or this may not be a kid-friendly show. May not be adult-friendly either.
It may not be anybody-friendly by the time we're done. But
yes.
That was a toilet.
Yes, that was what I've done. But it's where you met your wife.
No, that was the Backstreet, dummy. Backstreet Bar and Grill.
That's what I'm talking about. I meant the Backstreet.
Yeah. But remember,
it's On the Rocks now.
Yes.
It's now called On the Rocks.
It's called On the Rocks.
It used to be the Backstreet,
yes.
And that Backstreet was a shithole.
Yeah, but you know, I'll give them credit for one thing, Max, and you got to give them credit for one thing.
They're smart enough to hire us.
Well, that and the fact that they actually used to put our name on the marquee. Remember?
Oh yeah. Listen, the fine folks in Mission Viejo never knew what they had coming.
They never knew what hit them.
So we had that going for us.
No, we had fun down there. You got to admit, we had a good time.
We had a blast, and listen, it's a wonder we made it home some nights. But so for those of you who aren't familiar with the Max and Bryan show, for nigh on a fortnight. Throw that into a conversation when you can. We were Orange County sweethearts,
pretty much,
in the country music business, and we played every country western bar in the 1990s.
I'd say joint, every country western,
every joint.
Yeah,
I like it. I like where your head's at there, and. We got to work at the Crazy Horse where we introduced Riders in the Sky.
Yes, we did.
We got to hang out with Riders in the Sky
was very
and
cool.
Find out just how the yodel was born.
But we also did something else over there for some other act. Do you remember what that was, Max? We did it 2 or 3 times over there. Fred Stone loved us, and
yes,
but he'd never hire us.
Well, that's because we had a way with his wife.
Well, that was that.
That
was primarily you.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
Yeah, that was.
I don't even know he was married, to be honest with you. But,
yeah.
But no, we did a couple of 3 things over there for him. And the Crazy Horse, for those that don't know, and Mark, my cousin Mark, was talking about it. You were there the night that we went there, and I met Merle Haggard. You remember that?
Yeah.
Mark's.
Yeah.
We were talking about that online the other night, and that was crazy. But
it was the premier place to see country music in Southern California.
Everybody
and anybody who is anybody played there. We saw Chris Ledoux there. Yeah. How great was that?
That was wonderful. We didn't.
God bless Chris Ledoux.
God bless Chris Ledoux. We didn't get to see Garth, but he played there a lot. We saw some really big acts there. Asleep at the Wheel was there all the time. I'm trying to think of who else we saw. We saw a bunch of them over there, but boy, and the nice thing about that place, it was so small that you felt you were right on the stage with them. I mean, literally, you were right on the stage with them.
Yep.
I saw Michael Martin Murphey there. I saw a bunch of people there, but we really had a good time. You know, you look back at it, and I guess you know, you look at things in reflection, and what a great time we had doing that, because we were kind of hit it at the right time when all those guys were upcoming, the Alan Jacksons and the Clint Blacks and the Garth Brooks and the Mary Chapin Carpenters and people like that were hitting it big. And there was a lot of great music back then, not like the crap they play on country radio now. There you go.
Come on.
Hold tight with a leather fist. Watch out when he starts to twist. What the daddies used to tell him, boy, how to ride them bulls.
Oh, how great was Chris Ledoux?
He was amazing.
Maybe one of my favorite country artists of all time.
I agree 100%. Yeah, you just don't see him coming. I just don't know what happened to country music, but whatever happened. So.
Well, hey, listen, there's some stuff coming around, and just so you know, we're actually going live in Michigan right now. I got a cousin of mine listening in Michigan.
Serious? Who else?
What's up, Michigan? What's up, Motor City? It's about all I know from Michigan.
I cannot see anything but a picture of Max that was taken probably in 1973. And
was I drinking?
No, you've got 2 flags behind your head, glasses on that look like something you borrowed from one of the Golden Girls, and a black screen, and that's all I can see. There's somebody.
Well, listen, trust me, you're getting the best of it.
And I've known that for years.
Yeah, you know. Listen, you're a mushroom. They feed you shit and stick you in the dark.
Is there anybody checking in that you can see, or is anybody even paying it?
Well, I do. I see my cousin Matt is checking in from Michigan. Like I said, there were, I think, some other folks that checked in too. But listen, just so you know, I'm not adept at this.
No.
I'd like to thank our technical advisor, Alec, my oldest son.
Can I show you a picture of my godson?
This would be an excellent time for that.
This is when my godson. Good God, was he 40 years old now?
No, he's 24.
24. Okay, this is
24.
Tell me when it's good to see.
You're show it. Go to the left. There you go. So that's Brian when Alec was born.
Yes.
Brian is actually the godson to all 3 of my children.
Yes.
Moosehead. Is that Moosehead, Matt, from you're close to Canada.
Canada.
Is that a real live?
La Canada up in LA.
No. Is that like a real Canadian moosehead, or is that, an American moosehead? Hey, Denise, a friend of mine from Tucson. So we're broadcasting in Tucson as well.
Hello, Denise. Yatta
hey.
Yes.
Yatta hey.
Yatta hey.
Yatta hey. So, hey, listen, the real question that's on everybody's minds, Brian.
Yes.
Everybody wants to know.
Yes.
Are you wearing pants for this?
Absolutely not.
I totally am wearing pants.
Well,
I have pants on.
I'm in my I bought a house with a bar in the basement. Yeah. And I figure my bar, my basement, my rules.
Oh, yeah.
And pants are optional. And I decided to forego the pants tonight. I've got socks on. But no, I'm wearing pants.
I've always maintained that if you don't want to see me naked, don't look over my back wall.
Exactly right. No, I don't.
Right?
I haven't run around naked down here yet, although the grandchildren find it a lot of fun to come down the stairs, run around here, and then they run upstairs like the boys did. Remember your boys?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is a great story, a short story too. They asked me to. Max and Chris asked me to babysit the kids one night. It was only, and that was before Logan, and it was so. It was me, Alec, and Austin, and they said, "Well, after they take their bath, I should have known right then. They like to run around the house naked for like a half an hour, 45 minutes." Why did you ever allow that?
Oh yeah. Listen, who doesn't like running around?
I
naked
love running
when you're
around
all
naked.
cleaned up and right.
Yeah.
And when you're 3 and 2, it's adorable. It's not like when you and I do it now, where it's a crime,
where it's a felony. I'm not quite sure where everything went south on us.
Yeah, well, it's called age and gravity. That's where
Yeah,
things
pretty
went south
much.
on us, my friend.
That's a fact. That's funny.
Hey, have you heard this song? Have you heard this?
I don't know. Let me hear
This
it.
is one of Christy's favorites, new ones.
It's a good song.
You and your girl had a
Great
fight,
song.
Yeah.
and now she's saying goodbye.
It's my
She
coronavirus song.
ran upstairs and packed
good
her
song.
bags.
It's the thing that
Could be
keeps the beer
raining
flowing
on
around
your
here,
perfect
everybody.
vacation.
Cheers.
I really like this song.
Could be stressed about your work situation. Ain't gotta listen to me,
But the guy that sings second on this song, John Hardy.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with John Hardy, he is a country artist that really would throw you back a little bit. Like you would take you back to little George Strait and all that kind of stuff. So check it out if you have not checked out John Hardy. Pretty good stuff.
Speaking of which, did you get the last George Strait? Honky Tonk Bar, what is it?
Oh, absolutely. Honky Tonk, whatever it was. But George still the king. And the, no, Matt, I am not wearing underwear either. So there you go. And please, everybody, feel free to send in your questions. We'll have maybe a little Q&A with Max and Bryan.
El Stumpo, El DJs.
Estumpo El Hostos. And so anyway, Brian and I, getting back to the story, we used to be a bit of a thing here in the Orange County area. And every Friday and Saturday night, sometimes Thursdays, but never twice on Sundays,
Never.
we would host a real live barn burning and drink a bunch of beers and have fun. And then our wives got tired of that, and turns out we weren't as funny as we thought we were. And move along, get a job.
No, see, here's the deal. Well, okay, you were fortunate to stay with the same woman. My situation changed, and you look back on it, we were very tolerant. But you got to remember too, Max. It wasn't just Friday, Saturday nights. For the long stretch, there was on Tuesday. Through Saturday, and I look back on it now and go, oh my god.
Because we were working full-time jobs too.
Oh yeah.
We were working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then we'd go do this nonsense
till 10, 11
Thursday,
o'clock,
Friday,
12 o'clock
Saturday,
at night. And on the weekends even
God.
later. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't conducive to
A healthy lifestyle.
married life.
No.
And I think you and I are both smart in heeding the warnings that we were given.
Yeah, God bless us. I mean, we might not be the two sharpest, crayons in the box, but at least we figured out we're sharp enough to put an end to it when it. But it's still funny because we'd still do shit. We do.
You can't even put a sentence together.
I can't. I've been watching Joe Biden lately. He's my speech coach, and the thing with the other thing the thing.
May I, Mama Dogface, to the banana page?
Exactly. But I've got a lot of thoughts going because you're bringing up a whole lot of memories and stuff you don't always think about. And we were really lucky, and like I said, we really had a good time. But there was a time, and you called it before I did. I hung around. I stayed at the party longer than I should have. But they still brought us back to do stuff at the lodge all the time. Remember? I mean, we do.
Oh yeah.
The only place we ever DJ'd a funeral. Remember that?
We DJ'd funerals. We DJ'd weddings. One of my favorites is still the wedding where we were in somebody's backyard doing our thing. And listen, if you hired us to do your wedding, you understood that we were going to party as hard as anybody
right.
there. And that's just the way it went. And so these folks hired us to do their backyard wedding. And everybody was having a great time pouring beer down this large friggin' piece of beef Rottweiler's throat. And everybody's in a circle. This Rottweiler's just in the middle of this circle of people.
That was in Hesperia.
And people are just taking beers and just pouring them. Oh, yeah. And the bride comes up to us at one point. She says, hey, can I borrow your mic? And we're, sure, we don't care, right? Your show.
You're paying for us.
So she takes the mic. She goes up. Excuse me, everybody. Listen, the Rottweiler's a really mean drunk. Could you please stop giving him beer? And it was the funniest thing. You just like cockroaches in the light. Everybody just scattered. And this poor dog's just sitting there looking around going, what the hell happened?
Hammered.
You're having beers, and it was great.
He looked. Do you remember the movie Capaloo?
Yes, who's for buying a drink?
That dog looked like Lee Marvin's horse in Capaloo. At the end of that thing. But I'll tell you, my favorite one is when the LA, what was it? The LA.
Oh, God,
PD,
this was a great one.
It was the undercover narcotics officers, wasn't it, Max?
Yeah, it was. These guys were, we set up at the LAPD headquarters up in Griffith Park, right underneath the Hollywood
police
sign.
academy, right up from Dodger Stadium.
And right by Dodger Stadium. And they had hired us to do their summer barbecue. And all of a sudden, we're set up, and one of the police chiefs brings us a couple of beers, and he understands that
we've got to drive
hire us. We're going to party. Well, and this was the same guy that handed us a free get out of jail card.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that card?
Oh, do I ever?
The chief of police handed us a card and said, hey, if you guys have any trouble on your way home, show them this card. We never had to use it, thank God. But
no, we didn't have to use it. Do you remember why?
No.
No, you probably wouldn't. We kept telling them we can't. I'm actually amazed I remember it. We kept telling them we can't drink any more beer, and they kept saying, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And it got to be 11 o'clock at night or whatever they were going to close it off, and we said we got to load this stuff up. And I don't think we can make it from Chavez Ravine back to Huntington Beach. And they went and they talked for a minute, and they said, okay, the guy came back, you were in the truck, and they said, here's what we're going to do. There are going to be 2 LAPD officers or Highway Patrol following you from Chavez Ravine to the 405 to where you get off on Beach Boulevard. Once you get off on Beach Boulevard, you're on your own. You don't remember that?
God, that was special. No, I don't.
Oh my God! I'll never forget that. The longest day I lived, and because every time I turned
the crazy part about that story was as we set up and we start DJing, we start doing our thing, and all of a sudden we look out across this field where we were, and all these pimps and drug dealers and hookers and just these right off the street. We're like, oh, holy crap, what are we doing? And these guys were deepest, darkest, undercover LAPD coming in off the streets for their summer barbecue. And they were at work being pimps and hoes 10 minutes ago, deep undercover, and now we're DJing for their summer party.
And you thought we partied. Those guys were just...
Oh. Well, that was like when we DJ'd the funeral home.
Oh, my God.
Remember when Rose Hill? No, was it Rose Hills? It was Rose Hills. We DJ'd... those guys that sell you your plot and your casket know every dirty, disgusting, dead guy joke. Yeah. And they would take turns coming up to us and saying, hey, did you hear one about the dead guy? Yeah. And each one of them was funnier and nastier than the first.
I think we're the only guys I think we're the only ones that actually DJ funerals. I don't think there's a huge call for that. But that reminds me of a joke I just heard. You want to hear a joke?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay. It's clean. because we're on Facebook and there might be kids.
That's
My
unfortunate.
grandchildren might be listening, so. But I think it's cute. What is the difference between Baghdad and Abu Dhabi?
I can't imagine. What is the difference between Baghdad and Abu Dhabi?
People in Baghdad hate the Flintstones, but the people in Abu Dhabi don't. Like Abba Dabba Doo.
That's not funny.
I thought it was
That's not funny.
When your 7-year-old grandchild tells you it's hysterical. Very funny.
Have you told them about the bear and the rabbit in the woods?
Not yet.
Well, for those of you who don't know, there's a bear and a rabbit taking a poop in the woods next to each other, and the bear turns to the rabbit and he says, "Hey, do you ever have a problem with shit sticking to your fur?" And the rabbit says, "No." So the bear picks up the rabbit and whoops his ass.
I am so glad you told that one instead of the barbiturate.
I don't know if we have time.
No, we don't have time. We've never had time for that joke. You know who I communicate with kind of briefly? I think it was about 3 weeks ago, but Gene did a Facebook Live thing, Gene Merle.
I missed that, but he did comment on mine and Christie's anniversary and shared a link to a song that he had written that included, that was pretty much for mine and Christie's wedding.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
And he's in Mississippi, yeah?
I don't know, somewhere where men are men and sheep are scared.
Well, wherever Gene Merle is tonight. God love you.
God bless you, Gene Merle.
We love you, Gene. We miss you, Gene.
The man from HB.
Yeah, the man from HB is right. Yeah, there's. I mean, you know, if we ever have the time, and I think we will, by the time our lives are done, you and I could sit down and actually either sell our life story to Netflix.
Mm-hmm. It's super interesting.
In retrospect, it really is.
Actually, you know, it really is quite a story.
Well, you know, I don't know if it's with age or with hindsight or anything, but you know, you look back on the things you did, and it might have not seemed like it was that big a deal back then. But you think about the years after we stopped doing all this nonsense, and people still talked about it. It has that kind of an impression.
Yeah,
we've got it done some good somewhere, somehow, somewhere down the line. So,
and let me just stop you really quick, Brian, because did I hear the one about the cross-eyed seamstress? No, I did not hear the one about the cross-eyed seamstress. Go, Matt. Hold on. There's a delay, so he's going to give us the punchline to the.
You might want to set this up again
seamstress.
because.
Hey, did you hear the one about the cross-eyed seamstress?
No, I didn't hear the one about the cross-eyed seamstress.
I'm waiting. She couldn't mend straight.
I think
that's not funny either.
I'm partially to blame for this.
You're absolutely.
And I screwed up that joke.
Did you hear the one about the? Did you hear about the one about the? And if Roger was on, he'd like this. Did you hear the one about the constipated mathematician?
No.
He had to work it out with a pencil.
Poop jokes are always funny.
Pooped and farts are always funny.
Always funny.
Farts are always funny.
Always
farts
funny.
are never not funny. It's true.
All right.
So wait, where were we?
Well, let me do this before we get back to that. I got one here I got to show you. First of all, we'll do the one that's just not so crazy, but this looks.
Hey, what's everybody drinking out there? It is Cocktails with Max and Bryan.
It is, honest, and
what's everybody's drink? I'm about ready for Mr. Jameson and his sons to join me.
I wish they would. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Can you name this couple?
Down, back a little bit, down. I can certainly name the hot chick. The move it over to the other way a little bit. No, the other way. That's just you. There you go. A little more to the other way. A little more to the other. A little more. A little more. A little
you
more.
Suck.
All
right, dumbass.
For those of you who don't know, that was my beautiful wife with this character. So
That was very diplomatic of you. All right, here we go. Ready? These are two of the worst chin beards you'll ever see in your life. I guarantee you.
Oh God, yeah, back it up. You got to back it up. We're real close there. Back it up a little bit more. A little bit more down. Yeah, so that's you and me. Some party doing something
30 years ago.
Somebody handed us a guitar. Yeah.
And look at the chin.
I don't think anybody handed us a guitar. I think we actually just went out and got one. Yeah.
But look at the chin.
You didn't have to ask us back in the day.
Look what's going on.
Ooh, Bloody Marys. That sounds good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
No, so I couldn't grow any more facial hair than that.
No.
That's as far as I got.
You couldn't grow a mustache
how
and you tried as hard as you could.
Look at me right now. You can't see me,
No.
but if you looked at me right now, this is my mustache face.
Well, after we get off of this, maybe we can, what is it, FaceTime? What did we do last week where we were?
Oh, God. So last week, this all got born out of about 11 o'clock last week. I Zoomed Brian, and he loved it.
I got to get a beer. Hang on. I'll be right back.
All right. So I'll finish the story. So we Zoomed each other, and we had a lovely conversation. So Brian has moved to the East Coast, and we haven't been able to do any of this nonsense in quite a while. And it took us, when he lived 6 miles away from me for years and years, we never did this. And now with technology and nothing else to do on a Saturday night, here we are. How long does it take to get a beer? That's what I really want to know. That in the background there is John Wayne. Brian is for those of you who don't know my partner Brian, he is a big John Wayne fan.
I'm back.
There you go. So I was just telling him about it. So what I was going to say earlier is my wife gave one rule for tonight, and it was born out of our Zoom conversation last week.
Yes.
And there will be no crying. No crying tonight.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to shed a tear.
Well, it's tough.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not going to. I'm okay.
Okay.
I for me, it's very difficult because I'm very happy to be where I'm at. Don't get me wrong. But I miss you guys. You and I talk. But I miss the hunting beach elks. I miss the shooters. I miss the cowboy friends. I miss everybody out there. I miss the places we used to go and eat. I miss the places we used to hang out at. Everything that was familiar. And there's days where I've told you several times. it's tough. It's I get very homesick, and I hope if anybody's listening that wants to come out to Virginia to visit, I'd love to have you.
This beer makes me burpy.
I know this song. Nation.
This is a great song. King George.
I was running from trouble and the jail term just had in mind. And the border meant freedom, a new life, romance. That's why I should go.
Yeah, this delay thing isn't working in our favor.
sucks.
And starting my life over on seashore.
You know, for as great as this technology is, it sure is crappy.
Well, you're talking to a guy that still has a Thomas Brothers map in his truck.
For those of you who don't know what a Thomas Brothers map is, it's something that old guys used to use before there was the Google Maps.
When technology fails, you'll be laughing out the other side of your face. Me and Indiana Jones will still be able to get to where the snakes are.
Snakes.
I hate snakes.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Why did it have to be snakes?
Oh, me. So, where's the lovely Diane? Did she decide not to participate in this nonsense?
She, like your wife, has chosen not to participate tonight to see how this goes. And she's upset. Because it's you and me. And
right. There's no way this can go well.
There's just exactly. So she's up there ensconced with a shotgun across her lap. But no, she wishes everybody well, and we miss everybody. Yeah, it's different, man. It's different. It's a whole different deal. But they're very. I met some very nice people out here that will never replace the ones my brothers, Max, Kent, David, and all those guys. And if I left your name out, forgive me. But it's.
Those are the 3 people he knew.
Well, they're the only ones I can think of at the moment.
Well, you're old.
Well, and I'm not getting any younger.
That's for sure.
And I'm running for president. So the thing with a humana, the Coronado virus, you know, the kamikaze virus we have. I could.
Thank God you didn't say the Chinese virus.
No, I'll say it. Chinese virus. What do you want from me? It's what. Look.
Stop it.
Okay, I'm not.
Okay,
no
my wife's second rule. My wife's second rule.
Yeah.
No politics.
No politics.
And no crying.
I'm not gonna cry. I can't help it. I'm a very emotional guy.
You are a very emotional man.
I always have been.
So, let me ask you this: Are you quarantined at home where you are?
No.
Or, so you're out working every day.
Every day, and
I'm working every day.
I'm glad to hear that. Is Chris?
Yes. Yes, Chris is still working.
Diane's working.
Right.
Although they cut our hours, my hours at work, they cut us by a day. So we're just doing 4-day weeks, or 4-day work weeks. But I'm going in.
You got nothing else to do.
Well,
so let me ask you this:
Yeah.
If on your free day, do you have? Are you learning anything? Like, are you taking a YouTube class on how to fix your riding mower?
My riding mower, if only. No. What I'm doing.
Do you have a motorized? Brian just bought a house with a very large patch of grass.
A lot and a half, and that's a lot.
And a half, and so he, I think he's got one of those old push.
No,
push
we went down to the Walmart because that's where you go.
Sure.
And we bought ourselves one of them newfangled power mowers. One of them push power mowers. You know, the one with the engine on top?
Fancy.
Yeah, we got one of them.
The hell you say?
Oh,
the hell you
no,
say?
I ain't kidding you. They got one with a mower on the top of the damn rotors. And all you do is push, until you can't push no more. And then your wife looks at you and says, you missed a spot over there. And then you get upset. And then you go have a beer. And then you get angry and figure, well, I'll just mow down every damn thing I see for the next 3 blocks.
You know, you don't remind me so much as a hick from the South as more like Forrest Gump.
Pretty much.
A big
Pretty much.
patch of grass to mow.
You've got to understand, I've lived in an apartment for 30 some years. I haven't mowed a lawn since I was 12. And then we buy a place.
Is that what you call it?
A yard and a half a yard. But I want to say this. I got to say this. Actually pushing that thing up and down and seeing what you've done.
Real satisfying.
It truly is. Of course, I can't pull my pants up or down after I've done it, but it's.
I'm not sure.
Well, if you got to go pee or if you got to go poop or something, you can't. Your arms are very tired. Your legs are very tired.
Oh.
And I'm not a young man anymore.
No, that much is apparent.
Yeah. But my mustache looks good.
So, no, the mustache is coming in nicely. And you still got a full head of hair.
Wherever David Seeley is, eat your heart out.
I'm not sure David Seeley joined us for this nonsense.
I wish I knew what was going on with David.
Well, not much. He's really got nothing going on.
So you're telling me for the last 5 years, nothing's really changed. Well, it's only been a year since I've been gone, and I know 4 years before that, nothing was really going on. So.
Yeah, no, nothing has changed.
Wow. Well, I love him.
So, yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good man.
I'm a fan. So you haven't learned anything on the YouTubes? You haven't taken a YouTube university class?
No, I have not.
Figured out how to unclog your drain or.
What did I watch? I just watched something the other day that I had a question about, and I don't remember what the hell it was, but it was something, very simple that I couldn't figure out. And once they showed it to you, it was like, oh, that's how you do it. And I went and tried it. And sure enough, it worked. But no, I'm not. I don't. You know me. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit here and watch movies, and watch John Wayne stuff, and I mean, we haven't been able to see the kids in 2 months, which is, I moved 3,000 miles.
That's the whole reason you moved out there.
Huh?
It's the whole reason you moved out.
Yeah, but they're quarantined. Because.
Hey, everybody. It's my lovely wife, Christy.
Is Christy right there?
Hey, everybody.
Yes, Christy's here.
I can't see, so.
Hey, Papa.
Hello, darling.
He
Happy
can't
anniversary.
see you.
Happy
He
anniversary.
said happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, she's got about a 5-second delay, so if you could give her the hand signals. Here you go.
Yeah.
Good time to go get a whiskey.
All right, so now we're really going to get this show started,
Let's
okay?
do this thing.
Brian?
Yes, ma'am.
Brian, I want you to sing a song. Everybody's asking that.
What would
You
you like
guys
to hear?
shut the fuck up and start singing. Did I just say the F word
Yes,
out
you
loud?
did. On Facebook.
Oh, that's
Which is probably going to get us all banned for life, and there's going to be hit squads coming after our children. Christy, wait a minute. Are you there?
I'm here, Brian.
Can you see me? Can you see
Oh,
me?
yeah, I can see you.
Okay, Christy, wait a minute. I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
Can you see that?
I can.
Let's talk
Oh my
about your
God.
hair 30 years ago, shall we?
Hey, 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 hey.
And let's talk about my goatee from 30 years ago, shall we?
It's a great picture, Brian.
That's
So what is Brian saying? That my hair looks funny?
your hair looked like you just walked out of Flashdance. And
Yeah, I'm getting more comments about my hair from the 90s in the last couple of days, thanks to the picture that my husband posted. God, all the pictures he could have
Are
posted.
you serious? That's the way they used to wear it back then. You look great.
Well, yeah, I knew how to tease that crap, man. Let me tell you.
Tease it.
So, Brian,
Yes. Yes.
we want you to sing a song.
What do you want to hear? Can I sing?
How about the song that's playing right now?
Over my left shoulder,
Yeah, that's
I've
it.
spent most all my life searching for that four-leaf clover. Yet you
So-
ran with me. What, you want to hear me sing? Now you're going to talk.
No. I do want to hear you sing. I think what you guys need to do is come up with some other platform.
I agree.
Where you don't have a delay and you have, you guys can see each other. That's so
Yeah, I
important.
can't
so
see
that
anything.
because that. Well, you're not there yet. You've had how many drinks?
That's not the point.
a little early.
No, the way that Alex set this thing up is I see a flashing picture of Max Ryan wearing a Golden Girls sunglasses and a hat.
Well, at least he's wearing something,
Hey,
right?
man.
The Jamesons showed up.
Okay. Wow. No, I haven't even cooked dinner yet. I have to go cook dinner, but I want to thank all of our friends that showed up and my friends that I invited. I was upstairs just sharing, because you guys really don't know how great these two are together. And for those of you who have been around with us,
Over 30
going
years.
20, yeah.
30
yeah,
years.
Max and Bryan, they were a force to be reckoned with.
And still are.
Well, if you let me finish, I witnessed last Friday night, I think it was, that Max and Bryan got on. You guys did a Zoom. I know you're behind me. They did a Zoom meeting, and it was so much fun. But there's also a delay in Zoom. But at least they could see each other.
Yeah.
And I think they were on a Zoom for 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. But it just made us realize that, hi Matthew, that we have to bring Max and Bryan back.
Yeah.
And this is not the platform, but this is the beginning of something that's going to be reborn.
I agree.
And yeah, they put Mark and Bryan to shame. I mean, you guys were a good contender back then. They were the country version of Mark and Bryan. So,
Well,
anyways,
thank
I'm
you.
gonna
That's
give.
awfully sweet. Thank you. And I love you.
No, it's true.
You know I love you.
I love you too, Brian. I love you too, Papa. Okay.
Brian, all we can see is your mustache and your beard.
How's that?
Oh, you guys wore matching shirts.
Yes. Our bucket ones.
Could not get any cuter.
Our buck you.
All right, Max. Fuck you, Brian.
Buck you.
All right. Here. All right, take care.
All right,
I'm gonna go
sweetheart.
make
Love
dinner.
you.
So the Jameson gang showed up.
Good. About damn time.
So that's good.
All right. If somebody want to hear me sing, do me a favor. You take requests.
I take all requests.
Did you?
I've got a tiger in my tail, it's plain to see. Buck you.
Buck you. Can you see everything now, or am I just my nipples and my mustache?
No, all I see just your nipples and your mustache.
Are you
need to
serious?
back up. Back off.
How's that?
A little bit better. Could you slouch a little bit?
You're killing me.
You guys missed it. We really should have gone live about 15 minutes before we did, because every time Brian tried to adjust he's on his phone. His phone kept falling off the table or what the bar that he's.
Well, I've got one of those plastic storage containers with that mounted on top of it with a lot of electrical tape all over it, sitting on my bar, and I'm staring into a black screen.
You're doing a fantastic job. Questions are coming in, Brian.
Yes.
And the first question is from listener Matt, would like to know who moves from sunny California to Virginia and why?
An idiot.
There's that.
No, you move from sunny California to Virginia.
Slouch.
To Virginia because you've got 2 grandchildren that you can't live without. And
So I can barely see your eyes at the top of the screen.
God, what do you want me to do?
I want you to tilt the camera up or put yourself down a little further.
How's that?
There you are. That's better.
Okay.
There you are. There he is, everybody. That's my partner,
No,
Brian.
you moved to Virginia because you've got 2 grandchildren. You missed one of them. You missed 10 years of their life. The other one you missed 7 years of her life. And you get to a point in your life where you don't want to miss any more of their life. You want to be a part of their life. That's why you move.
Well, I will tell you this from our listening folks. You've got at least 2 votes for president. So if you run right now,
Against Trump?
you've got 2 votes. And listen, I'll throw my vote at you too, but I expect a place on your cabinet. And I want some hoity-toity cushy one too. Like, I don't want to have to make me vice president.
You're the VP.
Yeah, that guy doesn't do shit.
No, you're the VP.
So
And that's perfect.
that's a perfect job for me.
You'd be perfect because if we were in the press room. Wait a minute. God. if we're in the press room and something like that happens, all I have to do is say, Max, fix that shit. Wait a minute. Watch this. Wait, hold on. I got this.
If you can't fix it,
duck it.
We'll have a musical interlude
we're
while
good.
Brian
Keep
fixes
going.
his phone. No, I'm looking at your shoulders.
So bear with me 1 minute, you idiot. All right. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'll run.
So I'll tell everybody one of my favorite Brian Burns stories. He used to work for a computer company
God, I knew you were gonna
here in
go
Orange
there.
County called AST Computers. AST Computers. And he's like Homer. Nobody knows exactly what he did there. Except for one afternoon, you know I'm right.
I was just going to
one
the
afternoon,
Sector 7G.
I call him after lunch. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he says, "Well, I'm getting into an ambulance." I said, "What?" And he says, "Yeah,
this is not true.
This is 100% true. Yes, it is. You told me this story. Maybe you made it up, but you told me this story.
I didn't stick anything into that electric socket. I guarantee you.
The story. Well, maybe it erased your memory when you did
the
it.
Men in Black.
Mary at the cubicle next to me needed her computer moved, and so I went to help her, and I couldn't get the plugger to go into the wall, so I thought maybe there was something blocking.
So not true.
So I took a fork and I
true.
stuck the fork into the outlet.
I didn't stick it
and
into
it shot me across the room.
I didn't stick
and
it
that's
into
why
it.
I'm in an ambulance.
You're killing me.
This is your story, not mine.
Well, I apparently had trauma at that time, and
and listen, you need to slouch down. More.
any more I'm going to be sitting on the floor. Are you out of your mind?
That's not a bad idea.
How's that?
Listen, you got a beautiful face. We all want to see it.
Is that good?
There you go. Now we can see it. Yeah.
See, your whole thing is. It just didn't happen that way. Hang on, I can fix this. It was fixing to fall again.
I think before we do this again, you might need to get like a special apparatus, a little
You think?
something.
You think that might be the issue?
What are you drinking right now, by the way? It is Cocktails with Max and Bryan. Cheers, everybody. I heard from one person, Denise is having a Bloody Mary, which sounds
Denise who?
delicious. Denise Lefkowitz.
I know her
she's
friend. I know the nephew Lefkowitz.
Do you?
Yeah, I think that's her brother.
The nephew Lefkowitz?
The nephew. Denise and the nephew? Yeah?
So, Denise, do you like the Bloody Mary spicy? Or how do you have your Bloody Mary? So that's a question back to you.
To me or you?
Max, no, that's to Denise.
Oh.
I'm sending it back to Denise. She said she's having a Bloody Mary. I'm having Mr. Jameson's finest with one very large rock. And Bryan, what do you have?
And a bullet
I can't
bourbon.
see your
I'm
Coors
having
Light
a Coors Light and a bullet bourbon.
Nice.
But
Bullet's pretty good stuff.
my favorite drink of all time is the Bloody Mary, done right.
What's a Bloody Mary done right? Like, describe to me your perfect Bloody Mary? Because, like, I know my perfect martini,
I
and it
know
turns
mine.
out I make the perfect martini.
Okay, before I answer your question, answer me a question. Have
Okay.
you ever had a Vespa martini?
No, is that a martini that you have on a little bitty Italian motorcycle?
You might think that.
That's what I would think.
This is the original James Bond martini. Is that was shaken but not stirred? That's bullshit.
Right.
The original one is called a Vespa martini, and it's gin,
Really?
vermouth, vodka, and something else I can't remember at the moment. Shaken, not stirred, not with an olive, but with a twist of orange or lime. And if
Interesting.
you've ever had one,
I've never had
you'll never go back.
Really?
Seriously. They're delicious. Absolutely delicious. But no, I'm not a, you've known me for how many years. I'm not a big mixed drink guy. Never have
Yeah,
been.
you're a Coors Light guy. I've tried to feed you good beer, and it doesn't work.
Well, there's a local beer distributor out here. I can't even spell it, but they pronounce. You're gonna love this one, Max. It's pronounced Yingling.
Oh, nice.
Yingling. And so I would always try to order one when I first got here, and I couldn't pronounce it. And they'd say, "Well, what do you want?" And I said, "I want the one with the dark label over there." And they said, "Oh, you want a Lingling?" And I said, "I don't know what that is, but if it's that one, yeah, I want that one." So it's a Yingling. That story absolutely goes nowhere, but it's a true story.
Is a Yingling? Is that a sexual term? Is that something that
It's a euphemism
like
for
you pay? Do you pay for that, or is
you
it
have to give them a tip.
just the tip?
The tip. But yeah. And the funniest thing I was talking to some guys out here that I met, and they were talking moonshine because West Virginia is right up the road.
Sure.
And I was talking, and something came up about moonshine. They said, "Well, what do you need?" I don't need any. Well, we can get you some. It's $30 per gallon. And we know a guy who's been doing it good for a long time.
Interesting.
And I'm thinking, well,
Did you cough up the $30?
no.
What's wrong with you? It could have powered your lawnmower and given you a little.
It could have made my truck into a jet engine. I'm serious, man. No, I didn't, but I might. If when you guys come out, I might get. I put $30 in just to see all of us drink maybe that much of it and fall over dead.
If it makes my clothes come off, I want a lot of it.
This much Coors on occasion has made your clothes come off, so don't give me that.
Yeah. Well, listen. Already from the waist down, I'm halfway there.
You're halfway there. Do we have any?
Yingling is brewed in. Hold on. Yingling is brewed in Pennsylvania. Yeah. If not one of the oldest breweries in the United States.
Right. Huge out here.
And you've had some.
Yeah, huge out here.
Nice.
And there's a place when you and Chris come out, the kids or whoever's out with you. There's a great barbecue place down the road, and they have there's a brewery that's here in town in Winchester that brews. I think it's called Station Beer, but it's the official beer of the Orioles at whatever the hell stadium they play at. Who gives a shit about the Orioles? I don't.
Crappy baseball.
Yeah. I mean, who cares? And are you still there?
No, you just went away.
I don't know what happened.
I can't see anymore, but I can hear you.
Hang on. I didn't touch anything.
Video thing. So let me ask you this. That brings up a great question. And unfortunately, baseball has.
Yes.
I miss baseball. Don't you miss
baseball?
baseball?
I miss it every day.
And but are you, now that you're in Virginia, are you rooting for a home team out there, or are you still an Angels fan? Now he's all the way gone, and it's just you and me, folks. Hey, Matt, thanks for participating. It sure is nice to see you out there, and maybe when all this is over, you'll come out and have some West Coast beers, and we can take you on a tour. We are actually surrounded by 5 or 6 really great breweries around here that produce just some tremendous beer, and maybe one day you'll get out here and we can take a beer tour. So it looks like Brian is having the ultimate of technical difficulties, and just give him a minute and see if he comes back. So enjoy a little no, not that one. No, hold on. Let's see. Let's have a little enjoy a little Waylon Jennings.
Love and they're harder to hold. They'd rather own a big guitar than diamonds or gold.
Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him, he don't die young.
Can you hear me?
He'll probably just ride
I can
away.
hear you. There you are. Let's see if we can find you.
Can you see me?
See you.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
We're off my phone.
Oh, the battery died?
Hang on.
Big
I got
guitars
it.
drive them old trucks.
Got it?
Let 'em be doctors,
There you are. I see it. All
lawyers and such.
Hang on.
right, hold on.
Mamas, don't let your babies.
I was giving us a nice musical interlude.
Okay, fine. I can't put it back into the thing, but I can hold it over here. So if you can still see me, that's great.
I can still see you. And listen, we are right at an hour of this nonsense.
Is it time to?
And
Are we still having fun, or do we want to quit?
I'm having a great time. I can do
I
this
am
for
too.
hours.
I can go for hours.
What'd you have for dinner?
I didn't actually. I had a lodge meeting tonight that went overtime, and came home and I had a chicken salad sandwich.
Do you put any fruit in the chicken salad, or
I
is
do
it
not.
just
I don't
any
like
nuts? No, you're not a nut guy.
No.
You have a
Although I've learned
yeah.
I've learned to love wasabi. Those wasabi almonds.
oh, those are delicious.
Those are delicious. But no, I'm not a nut guy. I don't like. If I eat a salad, I want lettuce and onion and that nonsense. But I don't. I'm not a big give me a lot of fruits and nuts in my food. Nah, I'm not a squirrel.
Are you Are you a Miracle Whip or a mayonnaise guy?
Miracle Whip.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Boy, you think you know a guy.
No, I'm serious. Are you? You're a mayonnaise guy?
Oh, absolutely. Mayonnaise is the ultimate condiment.
Well, I like mayonnaise too, but I kind of like the sweetness of the Miracle Whip.
Now, do you ever get you a bologna sandwich with some Miracle Whip on it?
No, but I'll tell you what, bologna is huge out here. People fry it up for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're going to have Miracle Whip, the only way to have it is on a bologna sandwich with a slice of American cheese and a thin layer of Lay's potato chips, and on Wonder Bread.
You lost me.
And that's really the only way you can eat
Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
No.
I'm looking at your shoulder, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Move back.
There you go. Now duck.
Let me get the chair, because the chair's on the other side, and I'm freaking Joe Biden here. Hang on.
Said no political jokes.
Okay, how's this? Hang on.
Much better.
All right.
Close that suitcase. Let's turn this thing around. We got everybody talking.
You want me to be so far back, and I can't go that far back.
No. I just want it aimed at your face.
You see me now?
There you go. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. All right.
What the hell are you asking me about?
We were talking about Miracle Whip and why the hell would you put Miracle Whip on anything other than a bologna sandwich?
I do like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you're old. I think old people like Miracle Whip.
Old people like that kind of stuff. Although there's people that give you food before the whole coronavirus thing started. I got a downstairs from where I work. There's a guy that lives in the upstairs in the next apartments, and he's a Vietnam vet, great guy. Decorated, military combat wounded, great guy. And he's always talking about food. So one day he brings me this great big thing of homemade apple butter.
Ooh.
Oh. And he comes down, he'll come up to my office, because I don't leave my office door open, because who the hell comes up there? And he'll walk in and say, "You need anything? You all right? Anything you need, boy?" "No, I'm good, Bobby. Need anything? I'm 12 steps down and to the left."
That's lovely.
Okay, good to know. Small town. I mean, it's weird, but my neighbors in Huntington Beach, where we lived on Nashville, would come to the door and say, "We're going to kill you."
Yeah.
In your sleep. And I'd say, "Bring it on, because I have guns and you have meth needles."
Huntington Beach is a different place anymore than even when I moved out here.
Oh, it's sad. It's sad. And it's sad. I think about it often and lovingly. But, I think there comes a point in your life where things become a little bit unsustainable for what you want for your family, what you want for your kids and your grandkids, and I miss, like I said, I miss it every day, but I don't miss the nonsense. I don't miss the foolishness. I don't miss the nonsense that goes on there without breaking one of Christie's rules. But and this state is going that way, unfortunately. But I can still carry a gun. I can still get my concealed carry if I want one. I can still do a lot of things. That, it's just not about the guns. But I mean, this is all very, it's a very rural area, really. There's apple orchards and peach orchards, and if you want fruit, it's all locally sourced. If you want beef, some friend of Karina and Amir's came up told Karina, we got cows we don't know what to do with. We're selling a quarter of beef for, I think it was $125. Quarter of beef, That's a lot of meat.
Well, and let's be honest, cows are delicious.
They're absolutely delicious. And pigs are delicious.
Oh. If you had your choice between eating a cow or a pig, which way would you go?
Yes.
No, you got to choose. You either throw a cow or a pig into the ocean to be eaten by sharks. Which one do you keep?
Boy, that's a good question.
Because how great is bacon, right?
Yeah, but how great is a great big steak?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they both have ribs, and the ribs are pretty good. But I may lean more towards a pork rib than a beef.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't like beef ribs as much as I like pork ribs. I don't know. I mean,
and a ham steak is pretty good.
Oh, I'm with you 100%. I don't.
And listen, pork is the other white meat.
Oh, amen. No, I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. I couldn't.
I used to be the other white meat.
That was a long time ago. When you used to grow hair on your chin. It was a little goofy looking.
Yeah. You're going to look back on this video. You're going to watch it later.
No, I won't.
You can't see it now. And you're going to be like, that was funny.
It's always been fun with you, Max. I mean, it's always been, from the very first time we ever met, it's been fun. And, you know, it's not going to stop now. I told my cousin Marky, because he was posting all those piano videos like I told you. And I said, my one regret is I never got to sing with you. I mean, I got to sing with Max all the time. But I never got to sing with my cousin Marky.
Yeah, that's easy.
And I said, that's my one regret. And he says, he writes me back, and he's in, Central Coast, California. And he says, cuz, we will. We're going to sing again together. We're going to, nothing ends unless you want it to end or unless you die. And I'm not planning on dying. And I'm not planning on letting anything go. And we still got a lot more history to write together. And I got a lot more history to write with my friends.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm geographically undesirable right now, I guess you might call it. But to my friends and to the ones I love, but to two grandchildren, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're 5 miles away because you're quarantined.
Well, yeah, I moved here to Skype with them.
You know they have Skypes in Huntington Beach, right?
Yeah, well, we did that for years and years and years. But there's nothing like when they do come over, and the first thing they do is run over and just throw their arms around you, even if you just seen them a week ago.
What'd you drop?
Nothing. I just put an empty bottle in the trash can. There's a trash can here. I have a trash can. I got poker chips on the other side of the trash can too. But
nice.
No, there's nothing like having that where you just go over and pick them up, or you just take them out for ice cream or something like that, and it's pretty special. It's pretty special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but I miss.
So
yeah, go ahead.
What is the number one thing you miss about California besides the traffic?
You guys, my friends, guys, my
yes, you do.
my family that's not blood, but my family. I mean, you're my family. Chris is my family. The boys are my family. Kent and Jan are my family. The shooters are my family. I miss that. I miss reaching out, and I miss walking into a place where everybody knew who you were. The lodge is getting to be that way because I'm an officer now over there, but it's just not. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same. I mean, I miss having hugging David, hugging Tammy, hugging Art. No, you can't replace that. There's no replacement for that. And you guys, especially you and me and Chris and the boys and everything. I mean, we've got 30 plus years of family. That's hard. That's hard to. I mean, when you guys came out here and we went to Manassas together, it was like, oh my God, please don't ever leave me again. It was tough.
I just like that we were in a place called Manasses.
Manasses. We're one of the greatest battles of the Civil War was ever fought, and it's the history out here. I love history, and it's amazing. It's not cowboy history, but it's Civil War history. And the old Elks Lodge, before we moved to where we are now, used to be a block away from my office in General Sheridan's headquarters during the Civil War. Everybody knows your name, and they're all. Did you ever listen to all the lyrics of the song?
Yeah, this version actually has the whole thing. Yeah,
it's a great
Your
song.
Third wife left you and stuff. Yeah, no, it's very good.
And what a
I wonder
great
if
show!
anybody's still watching this nonsense.
He's dead.
How do you tell? Hey, Alec, how do I tell if anybody's still watching? I
Be a
want to do
girl.
what?
There's a place in the world where everybody.
Hey, everybody, it's Alec.
My godson. I can't see him. I'll take your word that he's there.
He's really there.
You boys got real quiet. This is not entertaining at all.
Well, yeah, no, it's not entertaining at all. There are people watching. Okay, good. Just making sure we still.
There are people out there
Yeah,
listening to this shit.
There are people stuck with it. It's so funny. You can't see this, Brian,
No.
but so my camera that I'm looking at is right in front of me, and I have to look to the right to see you.
So you look
And then
cockeyed?
so when I talk to you, everybody on the stream sees my profile.
That's not
Oh,
good.
wait, Alec is about to solve the problem. Apparently, look at that. So there we go. Now I'm actually looking more towards the camera. So where are we at?
I have no idea.
What have we learned here today?
We have learned absolutely nothing. Like we have for the last
Have we-
30 some odd years.
Have we solved any problems? Have we?
No, but I mean, if anything at all, let's face it, these are weird times, and I think the one thing that anybody, if they want to glean anything into this, that's over and above what it is foolishness. Is the fact that what you love somebody, you care about people, you have a relationship with somebody for 1 year, 30 years, you can still reach out on something like this and touch base and maybe you don't feel so alone. Maybe you think you're going to be okay, and maybe you feel that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I certainly felt that way last Friday night, Max. You talking to you and Chris was wonderful, and having you come up with this is wonderful, and makes, I think, I'm not alone by any stretch, but boy, it sure brings home everything that I miss and that I love, and it means a lot. And I think if you can take away anything from this, it's people are out there and people are listening.
I hear you. And Alec, my cousin Matt says hey, and he was glad to see you from Michigan. So, so apparently there are still people listening, maybe not participating. I would love to know what everybody else is drinking. L'Chaim, Jamesons are still hanging out. You're still having the bullet?
Oh yeah, and a little beer to chase it back with.
Yeah. Now you like yours neat.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Because when I drink water, I drink water. When I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey.
Uh-huh.
And that's a line from a movie called The Quiet Man with John Ford directing, and John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara, and a little guy named Michelino Flynn, who's the matchmaker in the movie, is trying to get John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara together. And she invites him in, and she said, "Would you like a little water with whiskey?" And he looks at her with the most incredulous look on his face. Says, "When I drink water, I drink water. And when I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey." And he's right. You don't why dilute something as pure as that, but any kind of water. I like bourbon.
So-
I'm a bourbon drinker.
Are you?
Yeah, I've always been a bourbon drinker. I don't like vodka so much.
I love a good vodka.
A martini, I'll drink a martini. I'll drink a Vespa martini. I'll drink what was the things that who was the guy that used to live next door to you in Westminster? The captain.
Don
Don.
Smith, and he loved the Greyhound.
Yes, with those fresh
And God bless
grapefruits.
his wife. Yeah, she would go get the Texas Reds, a big bag of them, and she would squeeze them by hand. Squeeze the juice
And then see
right
us in
out
the
of
backyard and come over and bring over
them. Gallons
of the stuff.
And he liked the Smirnoff, which was, great for a headache. But man, it sure was a great introduction to the Greyhound with that fresh grapefruit
And
juice.
what nice
if you
people.
can't have a Greyhound with that fresh Texas red grapefruit juice, why bother? It's just.
Are they still alive, Max? Or did they pass? Or?
Jackie passed a couple of years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And as far as we know, Don is still in the game.
It's the vodka.
And listen, there's a lot to be said for being pickled. So,
well, with that grapefruit
so-
tree in the backyard, I don't blame it.
oh, telling you. Hey, so just so you know, cousin Matt loves the bourbon too. Matt, what's your go-to bourbon? Brian likes the Bullet
Bourbon.
bourbon. Let's see what cousin Matt Bourbon Trail in Kentucky isn't far from Virginia. Maybe that's a Sunday outing for you when the world rights itself.
We have, when you come out here, about 20 miles from us, Max, there's a distillery that does rye whiskey. They do brandies. They do all that, but you can go in for a testing, like going to a wine
A tasting.
Yeah,
It's a tasting.
it's a tasting.
But testing's a whole different
Well,
deal.
whatever. And they take you through a tour of the whole distillery is right on site.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christy and I, we went to Austin last year.
I love
To
Austin.
see a guy we like. Oh, it was love Austin, great town. We went to see this guy named Bob Schneider, and if you haven't treated yourself to some Bob Schneider, do yourselves a favor. He's great. But we decided we would drive from Austin down to San Antonio for an afternoon. And there's one freeway that goes between, it's like hitting the 5 freeway between Orange County and San Diego. It's just crappy drive,
Yeah.
right? So we get down to San Antonio. I said, hey, listen, I'm going to find us some back road through Texas back to Austin.
that's probably your first mistake.
And no, we found this alternate route, and it was a 2-lane road through the middle of Texas, and it was just beautiful. It was absolutely, it was spring, so things were green, and it was just lovely. And we kept seeing the sign for this distillery, and
oh, you told me this story. This is a
distillery-
great story.
yeah, distillery 20 miles ahead, and finally we passed this sign, and it says distillery, turn here. We missed it, flipped a U-turn in the middle of this 2-lane road out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, and it's a barn, and there's nothing around, no houses, no nothing, and we go in, and at one end of this distillery there's a bunch of locals just having their afternoon drinking whiskey. We go in, and they have a tasting, just like going to a brewery, and they give you some flights of beer and whatever. And we had a whiskey tasting, and really, really good stuff. And we bought a bottle, and we had our tasting. But I still had a 45-minute drive back to our hotel, and we hadn't had anything to eat in a while. And that whiskey laid into me at one point. I was like, whew.
I'll tell you, here in the South, I mean, in Texas, considered South, there's a whole different level of civility, and if I'm having one, you're having one with me, and it's a different lifestyle. It's amazing to find that kind of hospitality where people are that welcoming. You know what I mean? I mean, I love it because we're that way anyway, but. It's really pretty amazing. It's a really neat feeling that you can do that and still get away with it and not kill anybody with it, whatever you're drinking. But out here, there's a lot of microbreweries. Out here, there's a lot of wineries out here. There's a lot of distillers, and out here apparently there's a lot of moonshiners.
Love it. Hey, cousin Matt says he drinks Old Pokey.
I've never heard of it.
Apparently, you can only get it in Kentucky.
I've never heard of it. I've heard a lot of things. I never heard.
You know, well, your wife told me she had an Old Pokey the other night, but none of my business.
Well, ever since I dyed the mustache again.
Really? She thinks she's dating a 20-year-old?
Pretty much. That's all it takes. Her eyes aren't so good anymore. Yeah, your eyes got a mustache. It's got to be professional.
You know what?
That was actually very funny.
It was very funny. You know who I just spent some time with on Amazon Music is, tell me if you know who this is.
I hope that I won't be that wrong.
How great is that?
I hope.
Maybe I've learned this time
With the great Waylon Jennings.
that I find.
I hadn't spent a lot of time with Waylon in the past, and got a bug up my butt and downloaded a bunch of Waylon.
You've got to hear a song.
Man, is that great!
You've got to hear a song he did. I think it was probably recorded in the late 70s. Called Anything You Want Me To.
Okay.
To see
Get come through. But I'll always dreaming my dreams with you.
With you.
Nobody
such a
better
great
than
song.
Waylon. You heard about his connection with Buddy Holly, yeah?
I did not.
You know, Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and I forget who else. Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens died in the plane crash right over there. Like,
Right.
Waylon Jennings was his guitar, Buddy Holly's guitar player, and they flipped a coin to see who could get on the plane. Waylon lost and took the bus.
No kidding.
And never forgave himself.
Wow, I did not know that
True
story.
story.
I'll get over you.
And then Waylon,
I gotta play something else. This song's gonna make me cry.
To see it.
Waylon, I mean, he was the one who started the whole outlaw thing.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, God damn it. You get me excited. Well, I'm going to do this. Hang on. At this point, be glad I'm wearing pants. Here's what I'm working with. Here's what I'm working with right here.
Listen, when we get done here, I want you to get on the Amazons,
Yeah.
and I want you to order you some kind of phone tripod holder so that we could...
Can you see me or is
Actually,
that
that's
this world?
perfect. No, that's perfect. Don't move it.
That's good?
Easy. No, you got to tilt it down.
You're killing me, Smalls. How's that?
Hey, thanks, Matt. Well, one of the reasons, so Matt said that we're playing some good music, and one of the reasons we got, oh, God, you know, I was thinking about this the other day. That's the worst shot of you.
I know, hang on. Jesus.
But,
I'm trying to make this work, for God's sake. How's that?
that's pretty
But
good
I
right
gotta
there.
get closer because when I get excited when
Yeah,
you play
no,
good
you
music,
got to get you got to get into the picture.
How's that?
So that's pretty good. Can you move to your left?
You're
No, I just want you. I just want you to be in the shot. That's perfect. Don't frickin' move. Whatever you do. John Penfold joined us, your neighbor down the street, my nephew-in-law. So, but I was thinking about this the other day. When we used to DJ, we DJ'd in the era of the Achy Breaky Heart.
Yes.
Oh, God, what a steamy pile of shit that was.
Holy shit, is that true or what?
If I never, ever in my entire life hear that song again, I will not play the Achy Breaky Heart.
Well, have you heard that Old
play...
Town Road thing?
Yeah, I like that.
I don't like that.
It's not that Billy Ray's bad. It's Achy Breaky Heart. Billy Ray's not hot. You know who's hot is his daughter.
Oh, no, she looks like a tart.
Miley Cyrus. I'm a big fan of Miley Cyrus. I think she's all right.
I don't see it.
Hold on. But I was thinking about all, like, you know, crappy songs that we had to deal with, and of course, you know, this was one of them. Love of God. Seriously. You take your achy breaky heart and shove it up your ass.
Oh my God.
And God. And for those of you who are listening who don't realize, when this song was that big, we as country music DJs had to play this song, I don't know,
every
maybe
hour on
3,000 times a night. Oh my God. And really, it's what drove us to drink.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Pretty much.
We used to do this show sober until the achy breaky heart came
It's this one and Boot Scoot Boogie for me.
Boot Scoot and Boogie's another one, but I can still listen to Boot Scoot and Boogie.
I can.
Right? Not as bad. But the one, and I was thinking about this the other day, you had a thing for this song, and hold on.
Can't wait. I probably did.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on. This particular song. Hold on. This particular song you had such a hard-on for. This was your achy breaky. Like,
oh, I love this song.
You would play this song on a Friday night in Texas Lucy's, like, to the point where I wanted to take the 45 and take it across my knee and break it in half.
And the funniest thing, today, I hate it.
Huh.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's horrible. And you used to ride this pony like it was...
I like it.
I can't even...
I'll tell you why. I can tell you,
come up
I
with
can
anything.
tell you exactly why I like the song. You want to know why? Because I like to sing the harmony with them.
Do you know?
I did. Not anymore, but I did.
Well, you're a harmony guy.
Well, I wasn't this song. I couldn't do what they did. I'm more a George Strait, Clint Eastwood guy. I sing just every bit as good as Clint Eastwood. Don't think I don't.
Left Turn, Clyde.
No. You know, I like singing lead, but these guys, I thought it was a great harmony. I thought it was a nice song. But yes, I played the shit out of this song.
Oh my God! Like I would turn my back.
I know, and it'd be on. I know.
And it would be on, and I would be like,
"What the hell is he doing?
What is going on?" Oh my God!
And then there was the ones we could never play again, like anything by Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
I mean,
and how great is Leonard Skinner?
Oh, Leonard Skinner's great unless you have to listen to the Freebird.
What song is it you want to hear?
You don't want to hear Freebird. You don't want to hear Freebird.
No, I'm with you there. But like...
Oh, we'd say that. I can do this. I'm good with that.
Bring all my horses out here and kick them one time. That was the live version. I was a huge Leonard Skinner fan as a kid. I agree. There's certain songs in life that if you were never to hear them again, you know what one of those is for me? Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing.
I'm with you.
If I never hear that song again, it'll be okay.
Okay, your least favorite
Like-
Buffett song. What's your least favorite Buffett song? Least favorite.
Buffett song.
And it can be,
Like a song that I hit the fast forward. When
when it comes on, you just, I can't do it.
Nobody puts Brian in the corner.
Nobody puts Brian in the
Oh,
corner.
Brian, you need to move over to the right a little bit. Nope, too far. There you go. Perfect. I don't know that I have a least favorite Buffett song. I don't think there's such a thing.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, sweetie. I can't see
Says
anybody, so I'm just taking your word that you're there.
He can't see anything, so. She looks super hot. She's wearing an apron and nothing else.
I'm sure she is.
She can pull it off, too.
No, it was a song off one of his last CDs called the Bob Roberts Society Band or something like that.
No, I love the Bob Roberts Society Band.
Oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Bob Roberts Society Band. You know, listen, a lot of his newer stuff I can kind of take or leave.
Yeah, me too.
Christy not this past year, but the year before, for Christmas got me a turntable. And that one afternoon when we were sitting around your backyard and you and your wife were cleaning out your garage,
yes,
and she made us get rid of all the turntables.
Yes.
So that's when I learned. That's one of my favorite conversations with Diane. So Diane, who's the mother of 3 beautiful daughters, and
opinionated.
where you and I are sitting out there. Well, and you and I are sitting out there having some beers while she's
working
cleaning
her ass
out your
off.
garage. Yeah, and you and I are sitting there, dumbasses, drinking beer and watching her work. And I'd had just about enough, and I said, "Hey, Diane, what?" Because we had just had our boys. Alec was probably turning 5 or 6, maybe something like that. And I was like, "Hey." The conversation was coming up, when you teach them about their privates,
Here we go.
what do you call it? What do you call them?
I know
right?
exactly where this
And
is going.
so, you can't have a little boy out at the playground who gets hit in the takes one to the beanbag, say, "Oh, teacher,
I took one to the
I got
beanbag."
hit in the scrotum. I got hit in the scrotum with a baseball." Right? You can't say that. No guy can ever sit there and go, "Oh, my scrotum hurts."
No.
Right? So what do you call it? And you call it your
Nuts.
goodie bag, whatever you
Plums.
whatever you call it.
Whatever you call it.
Yeah. And you're off to you need to move to the right a little bit. And so there you go. You're back. And so we asked Diane, as the mother of daughters, what did you have your daughters call their privates? She looks me square in the eye like I'm looking you people right now, and she goes, "What are you talking about? It's a vagina."
To this day, still cracks me up.
I mean, you're telling your 5-year-old little girl it's not your kitty or your
Now,
it's a vagina.
the comma to the end of that story is, I'm driving Noah around because he wants a hoodie. Shouldn't be that hard to find. He wants a $75 hoodie from wherever it is. I said, I'm not spending $75 on a hoodie. I said, let's go to Dick's Sporting Goods. And I look in the back seat and I said, what's wrong? He says, Dick's Sporting Goods. And I said, what? He says, Dick.
Thank you.
And I'm dying. I'm going, okay, I forgot you're 10 years.
I need some more ice, please.
And Dick is a funny word.
That's fine.
So ever since then, every time we go past Dick's, I go, Noah, Dick's.
Listen, Noah and I could hang
Oh,
out
yeah,
because
we all
I
could.
totally giggle every time I say Dick's Sporting
He
Goods.
giggles like a girl, and it's the funniest thing in the world. And I looked at him, I said, where'd you hear that, Noah? And he says, oh, I'm not telling you. Well, that's fair enough. I wouldn't tell you either.
You need to move to the right. There you go, right there. That's perfect. Don't move. So, cousin Matt's son, mistook vagina as China and asked if we were Chinese.
Yes, we were made in China.
I can see your china.
I can see your china from here. My God. And this is your cousin?
Yeah, this is my cousin Matt on my dad's side. His mom was my dad's sister.
I was talking about your dad a week ago.
Miss him very much.
Yeah, I miss him too. And we were talking about, we were in, no, it was a little bit longer than that. We were in Walmart and they had a very nice ice cream maker, homemade ice cream maker. And I looked at the grandkids and I said, you ever have homemade ice cream? No. And I said, oh my God. And I started thinking about your dad, chili, homemade ice cream.
Oh, my old man loved going to your house.
I love
for
him.
your chili recipe, which you still haven't shared with me after 30 years. Fuck you, by
You'll
the way.
get it when I die.
Next week? Because
I'm not dying
I'm
next
looking
week.
to make chili
No,
next week.
You have a long wait, pal.
Do I?
Yeah.
Damn it. Because you make a hell of a pot of chili, my friend.
But the ice cream is just as good.
You need to move over to the right and up. And
honest to God, seriously.
And so my old man loved going to your house for your chili and a homemade thing.
Can
of
you
ice
see me
cream.
now? Is that okay? No?
No, I see the picture of John Wayne in the background.
Well, yeah, that's better than me.
Now there's your boobs. There's John Wayne.
You're
Your
killing
boobs.
me.
John Wayne.
All right, so wait a minute. Hang on. I'm trying to put this up someplace where... Okay, so let's try this. Can you hear me?
Max, why don't you tell everybody about taking naked pictures? How'd that happen?
Well,
that's one of the greatest
Christy
stories
was
ever.
reminding me. Yeah, it really is. So,
Can I go pee
and I
before
don't
you
know
tell
that
the
I've-
story?
Sure. Do we need a potty break?
Yeah, let's take like 2 minutes, 3
Hold
minutes,
on.
and
Do you have any requests for the potty break?
do I?
Yeah. Do you
No, I'm
want
gonna go
anything you
pee,
wanna
and then
hear
I'll
on the potty
sing.
break?
I'll sing if you can find it. I'll sing. I still miss someone. If
Now you're gonna have to sing it a cappella
we can't do it.
because
We
there's
can't
the
do it in
delay.
music.
I could try.
If you can't, I can put it on my TV after I move this.
There you go. We'll do that.
Is that fair enough?
All right. So
All right.
everybody, right now you've got 3 minutes to take a leak. We'll meet you back here in 3.
Too much. You're the only one I wanna touch. I see your face every time I dream. On every page of the magazine. So loud and please support me. You're all I want and to see. Oh, look what you've done to this rock and roll sound. Look what you've done. Put your head on me if you can. Such a woman, you got style. You make every man feel like a child. Oh, you got some kind of hold on me. You are wrapped up in mystery. So loud, please support me. You're all I want and to see. Look what you've done to this rock and roll
I'm dead.
Look what you've done.
I'm back. You back?
I'm back.
Here's the bitch bit. Now we've broken the seal.
Are we okay? Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, well, I broke the seal.
Can you see?
I'm gonna have to go every like 3 or 4 minutes.
Can you see me? Is everything good? Yes, no, maybe.
I can see you. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I can see
Hang
you.
on.
So we're back
Yes,
in.
where I'm going to do. And we have these things where you can actually talk into the remote. It plays something you want.
It's Bryan proof.
You'd think. Marty Stewart, I Still Miss Someone on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage for the first time tonight.
Yes.
Get out your dollar bills, and oh no, wait, that's a different show.
Drop your panties. This is the,
all you girls on the perv rail, get ready for him.
this is the one I put on my Facebook page the other day because I thought I love that song, and I heard a story. I'll give you a little preface to this. Johnny Cash and his daughter Roseanne Cash were estranged for a lot of years, and they never knew how to communicate with each other or make up with each other. And they were at a concert where Roseanne was headlining, and Johnny came out and sang this song to his daughter. And after that, they got back together again and had a relationship. I think that's the power of music, I think. That's just my opinion anyway. So anyway, let's see what happens. I don't know if you can hear this. Can you hear any of that?
Turn it up. I can hear it a little bit.
Can you hear that?
Crank it.
That's all I got. At my door, the leaves are falling. The cold, wild wind will come. Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss some. I go out on party and look for a little fun, but I find a dark in corner, 'cause I still miss someone. No, I never got over those brown eyes, and I see them everywhere. And I miss those arms that held me when all the love was there. I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we had begun. There's someone for me somewhere, and I still miss someone.
Move over to the left.
Oh, okay. Is this good?
No, the other left.
No, I
there you
never got over those brown eyes, and I see them everywhere. And I miss those arms that held me when all the love was there. I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we had begun. There's someone for me somewhere, and I still miss someone. I think outside of Johnny Cash, that's the best version of that song I ever heard in my life.
My favorite version is a version that Jimmy Buffett did.
Oh, that's a beautiful. That's a great version too.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm really having a hard time coming up with a Jimmy Buffett song that I there's stuff on his newer albums that every now and again. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but not everything is a pirate looks at 40.
Thank you. I got a challenge for you. If you can look it up, and your sounds a lot better than mine. You're gonna get a kick out of this song. It's Merle Haggard on the Marty Stewart Show, And it's a song called Runaway Mama.
All right. Runaway Mama.
Haggard.
And by Merle Haggard.
And on the Marty Stewart Show.
All right. Wait,
and I'll tell you what, if there's anybody preserving country music, it's Marty Stewart.
Oh, hell yeah. How great was Merle Haggard?
The greatest.
Remember when we saw him? We saw him at the new Crazy Horse. It's no longer there. And that guy it had to be 70 plus whatever years old.
And killed it.
He killed it. And he played till you and I were like, we gotta go. And he was still up there playing.
Yeah.
God, I love me some Merle Haggard. Oh.
Forget this version. Get the Marty Stewart one. This is the one he recorded.
Hold on. Hold on. Say something.
I'll say whatever you want. Again, welcome. I guess we only planned to do this for a half an hour, and we're now in hour 14.
Yeah, we're 1 hour and 40 minutes in.
I love it. And I hope somebody's listening. Maybe there's somebody listening. Maybe
Well,
not.
Cousin Matt hang out with us for a while. I don't know if he's still with us.
Just the one.
I hope he is.
You're going to love this, Max. I swear to God.
Hold on.
She's my runaway mama. Always chasing other men. She's my runaway mama.
Guess the autofocus isn't on.
If you see this kind of lady,
Run away, run away.
someone riding showing skin.
Run away, run away.
She's my runaway mama.
Run away, run away.
Call the law and turn her in.
You know how great a guitarist Marty Stewart is?
Got lots of pretty.
Amazing.
Hey, listen, if you're out there and we're all looking for, we've run through our own playlists about a bazillion times, look you up some Marty Stewart. And this guy, he's got to be all of 3 foot tall. And but I love me some Marty Stewart. Move over to the right, left, and there you are. Don't move from that. Just lock yourself in that position. Are you locked?
I'm locked.
All right, good. So Marty Stewart, if you you don't even have to be a super huge country fan, although it helps. Marty Stewart is such an amazing musician. Like, just one of these guys. You put a guitar in this guy's hand, and he just makes brilliance happen.
Yeah.
And country music guys are different than a lot of other musicians like that. Like, they're so precise and they're so clean. And there's guys like Marty Stewart. There's Brad Paisley, who is just an unbelievable guitarist. Like, I'd put him up against Eddie Van Halen, to be honest with you, because he's creative and he just does shit in country music that you would never hear. I'm a huge Brad Paisley.
Yeah, I am too. I love him. I think and not only is it the music, it's also the lyrics. But he's wonderful.
Brad Paisley is very creative lyrically.
Yeah.
Very creative lyrically. All right, here you go. Name top 5 country music artists. Go. Don't think. Go.
Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings.
Runaway mama.
Marty Stewart. Crystal Deer.
So for me, and I put you on the spot. That was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you. So for me, it's I got a George Strait, a Merle Haggard. God, if I do that's 2. I go Garth Brooks. I do me some Brad Paisley, and I gotta have 5. Chris Ledoux.
See, I was very.
Who am I
I
kidding?
was
Chris
remiss.
Ledoux.
I would have put George Strait in there too, because I think George Strait is.
Oh, right.
He's everything in saving country music at this point.
But I'm just telling you right now, one of my favorite concerts we ever saw at the Crazy Horse. Chris Ledoux.
Yeah, that was one of the best. He was all over that stage. He gave 10,000%. He was amazing that night. He really was.
Oh,
but then we saw Garth how many times together, and Garth put
my
on a
favorite
great show.
Garth show. We saw him before he was anybody. We saw him at the Pacific Amphitheater. Yep. Dudes on deck.
I remember that. We were hot back then.
Oh, it's back when people didn't know who we were. Well, didn't realize who we were.
That's when girls were wearing hair like Christy used to wear back. Well, in 1980, 90.
Listen, my wife's hair was teased higher than the Empire State Building. My wife. But you get stuff like this out of Chris Ledoux.
Yeah.
Come on.
I agree. Amazing.
I see you got your eyes on this old cowboy, and I can tell you never had one for your own. Or you never been around one. Now you're thinking that you found one. Well, it might be kind of fun to take him home. You giggle every time that I say yes, ma'am, and I get this feeling if I held you tight, you'd be seeing his and hers, buckles, boots, and spurs. That's a feeling you'll get over overnight. Cause what you gonna do with a cowboy?
Come on. Get you some Chris Ledoux. Oh.
But I'll tell you what else I started appreciating is Dwight Yoakam. I think Dwight Yoakam is.
Oh. Do you have the Sirius radio?
Yeah, no.
All right, if you get it, and for those of you listening who have the Sirius radios, Dwight Yoakam's got his own channel, the Bakersfield Sound.
I love it.
Oh God, it's so good. It's so good.
I'll challenge you to do this since you have your. I can only see a black screen. Type into your thing for YouTube, whatever you got. Dwight Yoakam and Merle Haggard swinging doors. You're gonna be blown off your rocker.
Don't even start to think you're gonna change.
All right.
You'd be better off try to rope the wind.
I'm watching it right now, and I've never seen Merle Haggard have that much fun on stage.
I'm not. Listen. Hold on. I do not need a free trial of YouTube. Hold on. Bear with me. Getting all some other outfit right now. So Dwight.
That's all right. Talk amongst yourselves while we're doing this. It's all right.
Yeah. This would be a great time for everybody to freshen up their drinks,
up your drinks,
or go potty.
Go potty.
Go number one, and make sure. Listen, when you're washing your hands, 20 seconds. Get the in between the knuckles. Get the how you doing, and in between and then do your fingernails in there, and stop the curve or whatever the hell.
There you go. Whatever we're supposed to be doing.
So it's Dwight and
Merle Haggard swinging doors.
Dwight Yoakam with Merle Haggard.
Hold on.
Is that it? Oh, this is it.
This is it.
Did you ever see a concert at the Crystal Palace?
Oh, yeah.
You need to move to your left.
Yep.
You keep sliding to the right.
I'm sorry. Hang on. God damn it. You got to show me which one the tripod is better.
I'm gonna send you a link from the Amazons.
How's that?
I can see your buck.
It's not much, but I feel welcome.
How's that?
There we go. That's perfect. You need to move to the left a little bit. Oh shit.
The bar stool. My new home.
Oh dear Lord. That's
About as good as it's gonna get.
That's perfect. You just stay, but don't move. If you can move to your right just a little bit. Your other right. No, the other right. That's the one. Now, take the elevator down to the 3rd floor. Do you not know how to take the elevator down to the 3rd floor? All right, take the elevator down to the 3rd floor.
I can't. It'll screw everything up.
No.
If I breathe, everything falls apart.
You can't move to your left just a little bit. That's perfect right there. Why do you ever leave that position? I feel like I'm working my ass off.
You and me both.
Reminds me of the old days.
Yeah.
Favorite Dwight Yoakam song, go.
Wow. The Heart That You Own.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Great song.
Mine would have been He Sang Dixie.
Oh, I love that song too. He hasn't done too many that I don't like.
Yeah, I'm a big Dwight
Yeah,
fan. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If you really want to hear something, you're a big James Taylor fan like I am, right?
I love me some James
too.
Taylor. Did you see him on The Voice?
Yes. No, I didn't. I don't care for The Voice, but I heard he was on it. Type in Carolina in My Mind by, not by James Taylor, by, who's the girl that we love to hear her sing? Plays the fiddle. Hell's her name?
Alison Krauss.
Alison Krauss. Alison Krauss.
How great is
Alison Krauss, Carolina in My Mind. Brother, it'll blow your
She
socks
has
off.
the voice of an angel.
Alison Krauss and Jerry Douglas.
Oh.
Seriously, if you, for all of you listening out there, if you not treated yourself to Alison Krauss, she has the voice of an angel. She is. Oh, listen to this. I'm telling you right now. Oh, I wish I could play like that.
Right?
Oh.
In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind.
If it gets any better than that, you can keep it.
I'm telling you right now. You guys look that up on YouTube. Alison Krauss doing Carolina on My Mind. She's just, what a gift.
When I die, I hope that's what the angels sound like when they take me away.
I would, if I had all the money in the world, I would be willing to pay Alison Krauss to come and sing me to sleep
Amen.
one night.
Amen.
And their whole bluegrass band. Like bring everybody in. And I'm just gonna lie under the covers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drift off to sleep
I'm with you.
with this.
I mean, I love the way
Right,
James
and then-
Taylor did it, but she owns this.
Oh. And listen, after I fall asleep, she needs to make sure I'm fully asleep. And then they can leave.
Yeah.
Like when I'm actually all the way asleep.
Her voice is amazing enough, but when everybody joins in the chorus, it's like, oh my God.
Oh. I agree. I hope that's what angels sound like because.
Can't you see the sunshine?
Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind?
Yes, I'm going to
Jamesons are here.
It's a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm.
Then late last night, I think I might have heard the highway call. Geese in flight, dogs that died. Hey, signs that might be omens. Say I'm going.
Gone to Carolina in my mind.
Oh, nobody does it like her.
Nope. I wonder if anybody's still on. Oh, there's 3 people.
Are they really? Ooh.
You, me, maybe Cousin Matt's still on. It's hard to tell.
Well, I don't care. I've had fun.
I have no idea. I've had a blast.
Well, we'll do it again.
I think if we were smart, we'd do this again.
We'll do it again. And I'll get something that can actually, if you send me something I can actually hold my phone on, or
Yeah,
buy one.
I'm gonna look something up on the Amazons for you,
Okay.
and you'll
I'll buy
get
it.
this. It'll be just you'll a couple bucks. You'll have a tripod that'll sit there, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that was friggin' hilarious every time it happened.
was, but
From 3 hours ago.
no,
That
I'd
was
like to.
hilarious.
I'd like to have something that works. I mean,
And I will get a webcam, not only so that I can produce live porn, but so that I can you'll be able to see what's going on your end.
yeah, I'd
and
like
have
to. I mean,
a video
what's
feed.
missing for me right now is just seeing your face because I love your ugly
Yeah.
face.
And I love your ugly face, and I have the advantage of being able to see your ugly face.
And I'm sorry for that, but it's just not. It's tough for that. For me, it's tough. I like to. I mean, it's tough. I like to see it. I love to see it.
I love seeing you too, my brother, and that's why this has been such a treat. I hope anybody enjoyed it as much as you and I
If
did.
you loved it, let us know, and we'll do it again. If you didn't love it,
Please
we really
do.
don't give a shit. We're
Don't
gonna
be
do it
afraid
again
to
anyway.
reach out.
Yeah.
Because turns out during COVID crisis, we're having our locktails. Get it? Locktails? Huh?
Yeah.
Are you with
I
me?
got ya.
Although, and next time I may do a quarantini.
We're just gonna make. No, we're gonna. I mean, this is if this keeps us sane, and like I said, I miss you guys every day, and I'd love to do this like once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever we decide to do, and if people are entertained by it, all the more. If they're not, then what the hell? We have a great time doing it, so I'm good.
Absolutely. Well,
Happy trails,
Saddle Pals, partners, cowboys, cowgirls,
Buckaroos, buckarots,
happy trails to
dance hall floozies.
and saloon swampers. We want to thank you for spending
That
a little
just
bit of
sounds
your
nasty.
quarantine time with us. We hope this
Saloon
gets over.
swamper sounds
Yeah,
like
swamp.
something you might
Those
need
are
a
the guys
shot
that
of
clean out the
penicillin
spittoons.
for. Oh, I thought that was maybe a dirty girl.
No, a saloon swamper is somebody that cleans out the spittoons.
Hey, you know what? When we were in Virginia, we did the George Washington, Mount Vernon.
Yes.
Right? And they talked about how they had folks that were on staff that had to clean out your bucket in your room.
Right.
You had your thing in your room if you had to take a leak in the middle of the night.
Yeah, your
or,
slop bucket.
Well, and it, you could put whatever you wanted.
No,
in
it's
that
called a
bucket.
slop bucket, but yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Who do you screw? Whose general's daughter do you have a flyby with that's your job in life is to clean out General Washington's shit bucket?
Not General Washington, anybody's.
Well, yeah. I guess actually, if I was General Washington's
No.
shit bucket
You're looking
cleaner
at this
outer
wrong.
guy, that's probably a great thing.
You're looking at this wrong.
Like that's
You're
probably
looking
high.
at this-
But
It
if
doesn't have to be General
I'm Max
Washington.
and Bryan's shit bucket cleaner outer guy, that's a whole different.
You're looking at this wrong. If it was just you and Chris or whoever, The outhouse is 50 yards away, and it's snowing. It's a blizzard, and you've got a pot.
Oh, I would piss in my pot.
But who's going to empty it in the morning?
Good luck, and may the good Lord.
Well, clearly I need a guy for that.
It is more, JC. Just I don't. If I.
Really, Max? There's no debate.
No.
You did it yesterday.
Because,
I'll do it today.
No. In that time, I'm an aristocrat, and I have
you have minions to take care of that.
I've got a minion to clean out my shit bucket. Boy, you think about the, if I'd been a cowboy, been alive in the middle of the 1800s, right?
Yeah.
I'd love to think that I would have lived a good long life, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would have been fooked.
Like in the first 6 days on the cattle drive, you're the first one that goes.
That's what we need to do. We need to bring the cattle home.
I'm with you. But on the cattle drive, you're the first one that dies.
You think?
Yeah. And I love you. I do everything but suck the poison out of your penis if a snake bit you. I try to keep you alive. I do everything.
Well, listen. If a snake bites my pecker, I probably got it coming. But now let's say that same snake gives me a little fook right in the backside there, right in the bum, the meaty part of the bum. You don't got to go by the hole.
Right.
It's on the meaty part of the bum. Do you help a brother out?
Of course. For you, I'd do it. If it was somebody I don't know.
I'd suck venom out of your ass too.
I'm not. You're gonna die.
Oh, hey, listen. Unless she's really hot, in which case.
How many girls went out drives it really hot? They all. Look.
Did you not see City Slickers?
Yeah, I saw them.
Rum raisin.
Rum raisin.
How do you know?
No, I'd save you. There's damn few people I'd save. I'd save you.
Yeah, no, listen. And the nice thing for me, if it's you have a hairless behind.
And it's funny how you know that.
Well, we've hung out for a long time.
For 30 years. There's certain things that we know about each other that probably nobody else knows about each other. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So, happy trails to you till we meet again.
Call me this week, will you?
I will. I love you, my brother.
You.
Anybody still watching out there,
God
thank you so much for joining us for a minute. We, whether you like it or not, we're probably going to do it again.
We shall return.
And yes, the triumphant return of Max and Bryan.
We shall return. Tell your friends. Wake the neighbors. Tell the kids.
Oh, listen, and do yourself a favor this week. Put on your mask and your gloves and go out and buy yourself a bottle of your favorite something, and wait until this time next Saturday to crack it open.
And have a drink with Max and Bryan.
Have a cocktail. Have a cocktail with Max and Bryan.
Amen.
Peace, everybody.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Love to everybody. We'll see you later. How do I turn this off?
Adios, amigos.
Is there a button?
Oh, my God. Here we go again.
Wait, hold on. What do I do? Click the stop streaming button. Oh, is it the end live video?
That might be the one.
All right. I love you.
Love you. Bye.
I love your shirt. That's one of the greatest shirts I've ever seen on a man ever.
I owe it to my bestest friend in the world that got me that shirt. So,
well,
God bless you.
Listen, that's a great shirt. And really, let's be honest, the Crystal Palace is the, let me emphasize, the only reason ever to go to Bakersfield.
Except to shoot. There's some great shooting up there, but you're exactly right.
Well, listen, people are fast, so it makes
are.
Shooting fun.
We have to be, or else you die. All right,
I love you, my brother. I'll catch you later. Cheers, everybody. Peace.